I'd like to book a ticket for World's Strongest Man, please.
Denied! So the World's Strongest Man have announced on their Facebook page that the 2021 contest is going to be behind closed doors again.
While we're thrilled to be bringing the World's Strongest Man competition to Sacramento in June, the safety of our athletes, staff and the local community remain a top priority. So while restrictions are being lifted in California at the start of the event, we will still be operating without fans this year. We hope to bring you the same in-depth virtual behind-the-scenes content as we did last year. Stay tuned for more information on how you can still feel like you're up close and personal with the strongest men in the world and some news about our 2022 event. And then 394 likes, 64 angry reacts, 21 cries, 13 laughs, 10 hearts, 5 shocked.
Thank you for reading that out, Elizabeth. In full. So firstly, I've had so many people message me asking if they can get tickets for World's Strongest Man, and if I haven't replied to those messages, this is kind of why. I was expecting this to be the case. With World's Strongest Man, it's always best to wait until you get the official announcement from them. I didn't know the location anyway, so for those people that have asked me and I haven't replied, it's just because I didn't know. I'll wait until I find out, proper information before bringing it to you guys. So World's Strongest Man announcing no fans again this year. How do we feel about that?
I'm not surprised. So I try and say it in a way that's not bitchy. So I think this works in their favour as a TV show and as a competition. So historically, World's Strongest Man never really had to contend with fans, and it's only been the last couple of years that it's really blown up. I mean, I remember us being in LA in 2014. It doesn't feel that long ago, but no one was there.
No, it's true. It's only the last couple of years where there's really been a lot of fans. I think social media has a huge part to play in that. We do have genuine strongman fans now. I've been in so many strongman contests where you are literally a bit of a circus act, or like almost like a zoo animal, and they'll just kind of grab a few local people to come and watch you just to make it look like there's a crowd, and they're like Googling it, the kind of freaks doing the lifting. Whereas the last couple of years, the sport has grown, and now we do sell out arenas and venues, and we've got so many genuine strongman fans that want to come and watch and support these athletes. It is a shame, and the pandemic and all that kind of stuff, I understand, but when you see that things are opening up and other sports are managing to do this, not only do it but do it safely. You look at the UFC, they've had live events already. Snooker in the UK, darts is back. There's by the time this goes on, a lot of places are going to do.
I don't really think it's about events. The pandemic, though, if I'm honest.
I think they're trying to hide behind the pandemic.
Well, I wouldn't say that. But what I would say is that it's very hard for World's Strongest Man because of the way the format is, and there is no pay-per-view or anything like that, obviously. And people go there now, and that content's up there and out there immediately. I mean, 2019, there was people live streaming it on Instagram.
From Bradenton.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't say that's a bad thing. I think that should be accessible to fans in the moment straight away. It's a sport to us, But the way that it's treated like a TV show, I do think this works in their favour. And maybe I'm sceptical, but
no, I do agree with you. I think I was just doing a podcast actually with a couple of other guys, and we were talking about this. And I think the thing to remember is that World's Strongest Man is run by IMG, which is a business at the end of the day that have to make money. Mm-hmm. That's their prime goal of putting this event on, is to make money, and their majority of their money comes from TV ad revenue, which is much higher than you would get through streaming on social media. As good as like the internet platforms are, these companies still get their majority of their money through TV audiences.
And they don't earn anything from having people turn up. They never sold tickets. People could turn up for free. This was always the case.
Yeah, the World's Strongest Man have never charged for people to come watch. It's originally, when they were all over the world in these different kind of exotic locations, like Botswana, for instance, amazing backdrop, visually looks so pretty. Genuinely, when I was out there, loved the wildlife and seeing it out there. But there's not really any strongman fans there.
No.
You did these events and it was the backdrop for TV. Whereas in the States, where we do have strongman fans, there's the risk, I think, they've got of like, thousands of people coming to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with people being cooped up for so long and so few competitions happening.
I think unless they change the format, I don't think we'd ever see Worlds in the UK because of that same format. If it was going to be in the UK, you'd want it in a big arena with fans watching, and it's a difficult one. I sort of, as a fan, it frustrates me.
Yeah.
As an athlete, I think the athletes now, they're only allowed to take, or it's better than last year, they're allowed to take one person with them, from what I've been told. Also, no crews and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I feel like they're really protecting their content. I don't blame them. That's their content. It's their right to,
They make, at the end of the day, World's Strongest Man is a great show.
It's their show. But it's also a sport. And doesn't sport sort of belong to the fans? Am I being a little bit OTT? But don't fans maketh the sport?
Oh, 100%. And I think this is where they're missing out.
Yeah,
if I'm totally honest. As a fan, I lose interest if I've got to wait till December to watch it.
I read in the message from them about the virtual...
The same thing they did last year.
Yeah, so for anyone who paid for that, so that's a paid thing. It doesn't cost a lot of money.
It was a few quid, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's on Facebook. But there is no event action there, so there'll be a host.
Reports and
yes,
hosting.
It's reports from the day. So you do get the results, but you don't see anything, do you? So, it's great. It's better than nothing, definitely. But it's still a long way away from any sort of live stream or...
I have conversations with certain people that I've worked or involved in World's Strongest Man, and when you talk to them, it seems like they're trying to do things, and I have noticed improvements. I mean, if I go back to my first Worlds, for instance, it's very different now to how it was back then. Things have definitely improved.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just feel it's going at a slow pace, and World's Strongest Man is the gold standard show, regardless of what any of us say. We can say like the Shaw Classic is the biggest show, the Arnold's, the Rogue Invitational, the Wuss competitions, the Giants Live competitions, they're all incredible competitions. But as a strongman, when you get into the sport, World's Strongest Man is the contest that you want to win. When I got into the sport, I didn't say I wanted to be, the Giants Live Classic winner or the Wuss Bahrain kind of winner.
No.
You say you want to be the World's Strongest Man. It's the show that's going to get you the most recognition. It's going to get seen across the world. It's the title that everyone wants to win. And it is still the biggest show in Strongman. So all these guys want to compete in it.
Yeah.
Most Strongman fans... I mean, diehard fans know the other events, but the general fans, this is the event that they watch. And it's been going now... 1977, World's Strongest Man started. There's a real history to it. We've seen so many incredible athletes competing there, winning titles. We as fans are going to be tuning in at Christmas, but I'd love there to be something more that, even if it was like a day late or something like that, some kind of like, visual that we can
take a
watch.
week.
And I'd pay for it.
Yeah.
I would happily pay for it as a fan of the sport, regardless of my history as an athlete. Just as a fan, I pay to watch boxing. I pay to watch the UFC. Fans don't mind paying.
No, of course.
As long as they're going to get a good quality product returned to them. So, I'd love to see things change, and I know you would. I'm pretty sure 95, 100% of the people watching this.
But the benefit to all of this is
we're going to get to stay up late looking at results.
Spreadsheet refreshing is back on the agenda as the sporting event of the year. Bam, bam, bam.
So we've got that to look forward to.
Yes, so we're all going to be on the spreadsheets. We will, just like last year, we'll bring you guys the results. We technically can get them earlier than they are released on the Facebook thing, but we're not going to do that because we don't want to be dicks,
I don't want to put the athletes in any kind of position.
But also, we're not trying to steal from World's Strongest Man, but we will bring you guys that and our thoughts about what happened and everything else in between after they've had the chance to wear it themselves.
Yeah, like with any contest, Liz and myself will give you our thoughts, our rundowns, our predictions, our results.
We do get excited, don't we? We barely slept at all last year when it was on.
You think I was like, I'm excited to be competing in the Giants Live later in this year, and people have said, if you do really well, are you going to go back to Worlds? I'm quite happy just being a fan of World's Strongest Man now. I stopped enjoying World's Strongest Man because you're there for, at the time, it was like 10 days, 10 to 14 days.
Yeah.
Often I'd have to go on my own because you'd have work, the kids, etc. I think I've been to 11 World's Strongest Man contests. Liz has been to 2.
I've been to 4. Oh, I've been to
That's it.
3.
Yeah. So 3 out of a possible. I think you were with me for probably
Since 2012.
yeah, a fair few.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, when you're on your own in that situation, it's quite tough because you only do 1 or 2 events a day. A lot of the time you just sat around in a hotel room doing nothing.
Yeah.
Mentally, that becomes quite draining. And I'm such a busy person that I didn't like just sitting around doing nothing. But the one-day shows I still love in terms of competing. I still love watching World's Strongest Man. I still love, you know, watching the build-up to it, talking about it, talking to the athletes, seeing how they're feeling. I still like being around that, but my just personal strongman goals have changed. Anyway, we just wanted to bring this video to let you know that obviously World's Strongest Man is going to be behind closed doors. They will have a platform where we can find out results. We will be bringing the results to you guys, and we will put spoilers on any of the videos.
There will be no spoilers on any
We will put warnings on the videos.
So we never put spoilers.
If you are someone that just wants to watch Christmas, then you'll know you can. That we won't put in our titles and our.
We're not going to ruin anything.
We're not going to ruin it for anyone.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's all right. It's had a long day. It's fine.
I've just done a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, everything's going to be fine. So, as always, guys, let us know your thoughts on the matter. Were you planning on going to World's Strongest Man this year, or possibly in future years?
We'd love to go, wouldn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Just
like
go and
once
watch
things are
and support.
normal again, but we can't even get in America right now. So. Yeah, obviously IMG have the pulling power to make sure they can get the athletes and a +1 over, but other than that, to us peasants, America is closed. Hello, I'd like to book 2 plane tickets to America.
Denied. While you're here, guys, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my awesome strength content.